This is another pickup video. We have got our Easy Cap Play in, so we will be doing
There it is right there.
Let's Plays very soon. We've got this in. I mean, awesome. We just got it in, I think, today.
Earlier today. I've already tested it out. It's pretty good. Quality's not that great, but I really can't afford one of the big fancy high dollar, high definition, capture cards, because I just paid, almost $200 for my new HD camera that I'm recording, we're recording on right now, and about another $100 or so for a surveillance camera security system for my home. So,
but we do have it, so we will be getting into the Let's Plays and stuff like that.
And it's in 720 by 480 resolution, so it's not complete crap, It's still decent, decent quality.
Yeah, but saying all this, why don't we go ahead and dig into the new stuff we have. I actually have a lot more new stuff than what I'm going to show. He's going to get the pictures off my phone. We're going to put the pictures
I'm going to
on
edit
this
it into the video.
So, I mean, you'll be seeing all the new systems I have because they're currently plugged up at my home. But I do have one system with me. I will talk about that later. But right now, I'm going to dig out this Game Boy Advance.
It's pink.
It's pink, but for $8, I couldn't say no to it. I mean, barely has scratching. Missing the battery pack, but
of course.
Hey, I mean, I can get one off eBay pretty cheap. I mean, that's no worries. But like I said, no scratches, nothing wrong with it. Buttons all work, still powers up, and still plays games. So I'm perfectly happy with it. But now I'm going to show a Nintendo game I found when I found my Nintendo. I found in it was Wheel of Fortune. Pretty sucky, non-profit game, but hey, it's a shelf filler, so I mean, I'll keep it.
Actually found that game belonged to me and my brother, his stepfather, when we were kids. We went through our old bedroom and dug out an old Nintendo that we found, mine and my brother's old Nintendo, and let him take it to the house, and that game was in it.
Now I'm going to get into my Super Nintendo stuff. As I said, we will be showing pictures of all the systems. I currently bought currently bought a Super Nintendo
Slim,
the Model 2 version. 2 controllers, perfect condition, powers up great, works great, nothing's wrong with it. I don't even have to blow the cartridges and slam them in the thing. All I gotta do is get a cartridge and put it in normally, and it fires up and plays. $35 for that and 2 games. Now, they were pretty crappy games, but hey, I can't complain, they fill the shelves. This one I got from the Iowa Super Black Bass.
Yay!
It's pretty super crappy, but hey, it's shelf filler. Like I said, can't complain. But I've got 2 more Super Nintendo games. Okay, I've got Dennis the Menace. Actually, a pretty good game. I kind of like it. It's a pretty good time waster. I mean, not the best game, of course. $3 maybe. But it's a pretty good game just to play. Now, I currently got this from him right here. It is Taz-Mania.
We're still working out what he's going to give me for it.
Taz-Mania. I mean, I'm a big Taz fan. Of course, I want Taz-Mania for Super Nintendo. I mean, who could pass that up if you're a Taz fan? Now, I'm going to pull out the Genesis games that I got. We currently done a trade, me and him, because he's already got this game in box, case and all. Mortal Kombat 2. He wanted my Red Dead Redemption for the PS3, so I said, hey, you got that Mortal Kombat 2 in, just give me that and your extra 6-button controller for the Genesis, and we'll call it even. So he said, okay, and now I have Mortal Kombat and a 6-button controller. So I can't complain. I also picked this up very cheap, $6 at this thrift store, and I mean it averages for about $20-25. It's Arcus Odyssey. I have not yet to play it, so I don't know really what it's about or how good it is, but I will discuss that in the next video and try to play it between
We'll
them.
probably wind up doing a let's play on that, here shortly.
But now I've got a Nintendo 64. Like I said, one of the pics we'll post. It is Jungle Green Nintendo 64, 2 Jungle Green controllers, expansion pack. I mean, the system is spotless. Looks like it just came out the case. No scratches, no marks on it, no nothing. Spotless. When I say looks brand new, it looks like it came out the factory right then. What I have here today with it, I paid $15. It wasn't a very good buy, but I was trying to help out Game Exchange. It's Deadly Arts, basically a Chinese-made Mortal Kombat, except...
And of course, some video rental store has completely demolished it with the sticker on the back.
But like I said, trying to help out Game Exchange, so I was like, hey, what the heck, first game. Now we're going to get into my Dreamcast games. Also got a Dreamcast, 2 controllers, a memory card, spotless thing come with box and manuals. Box and manuals. 90s game system with box and manuals. How many do you know has that? Anyways, I picked these up, $2 a piece at a local thrift store in Oxford. I got Crazy Taxi. Now I love that game for Dreamcast. It was an awesome game. I've got Tokyo Extreme Racers 2. It was an alright racing game for the Dreamcast. I mean, I didn't really in particular like it, but it was okay. Tomb Raider, The Last Revolution, of course, saw Tomb Raider, had to have it. Big Tomb Raider fan. I've got Toy Commander, it's a little game. Wasn't really worth nothing, but it's a good time waster and shelf filler. I've got World Series Baseball 2K1. It's okay. I wasn't really into baseball, but for $2 you really couldn't pass it up. And I've got NCAA 2K2 college football. It has my team on it, Mississippi State, so I definitely couldn't pass that up. And now, this is my uncle's right here, but he's letting me borrow it. I don't think we showed it in the last video, or last 2 videos. It's Hogan's Alley for the Nintendo. Perfect game for Nintendo. If you own a Nintendo, you have to own Hogan's Alley with the zapper. I mean, you just have to. But I'm gonna dig this Wii out real quick, and he's gonna show a couple of what he's got so I can dig it out.
First off, a little thrift store around here found Metal Gear Solid 4 for PlayStation 3 for like $6. I thought, why not? I mean, might as well. Nothing wrong, with getting that. We got Gumshoe for NES, City Connection for NES, Batman for NES, Dodgeball, and Jordan vs. Bird. Got all 5 of these for $1 a piece from a guy just in the next town. Posted an ad on Craigslist, said he was wanting to get rid of all 5 of them for $10, and I really wanted Dodgeball. I was like, well, Dodgeball eBay for like $10. I thought, well, if I get pay $10 for that, then the rest of it was just butter. But I actually got there, handed the guy $10, and he handed me a $5 back and said, I'll let you have them for $5. So I said, I'm not complaining. So I picked them up. Yeah, he's obviously got a lot more stuff than I do this time, simply because I'm pretty broke after buying the camera and all this other stuff. So picked up Duck Hunt, by itself, single cartridge, price tag says $3, but the store I got it at was actually having a 50% off sale that day. So I picked this up, and then a copy of Mario Duck Hunt for him for his birthday for $1.50 a piece. I was like, well, I already got a copy of Mario and Duck Hunt, but around here it's very rare that you'll find just Duck Hunt or just Mario by itself. So I went on and picked it up.
This game I really want. He
This is
picked it
the
up
one that's,
$5.
yeah, this one making him mad right
This is
here.
making me mad.
But Mega Man 3 at a local pawn shop for $5.
I love
mean,
Mega Man. That's my game right there. That's me, Mega Man.
See,
He picked it up $5. He texted me a picture. I was like, I was super mad because I didn't find that first. Because that is the, I mean, if I'd have seen Mega Man, I don't care. I'd have picked it up right then, probably for, even if it was marked $10, $15, I'd still picked it up. I am super mad about that buy.
he actually, the pawn shop I picked it up at actually had a, decent little stack of, 8, 9 NES games. And they were all top tier titles, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Mega Man 3, Castlevania 3, Mario, I think it was Super Mario 3. I was going to go on and pick up Castlevania 3 too, but right here on it was a huge hunk of plastic just gouged out of it. I mean, you could see pretty much straight through the whole thing, and I wasn't gonna buy it for $5 and it being as damaged as it was. But oh yeah, hand me those 2 Genesis games right up there. I got King of the Monsters for Sega Genesis. It's a Tatio fighting game. I know absolutely nothing about it. Thing is, I put it in to try to play it, and the press start menu comes up, and I press start, and it does nothing. I have yet to be able to get past the press start menu on this. I don't know why. I've tried it in a Genesis, I've tried it in my Retron, I've tried it in my Nomad. I can't get past the press start menu. But I got Jurassic Park for Sega Genesis. It's one of my personal favorite Jurassic Park game out of all of them. But I picked that and the Mortal Kombat 2 that I traded him, along with a Model 2 Sega Genesis and a Model 1 Sega Genesis. Power cables for both. RF adapter for the Model 2, but no RF or AV cables for the Model 1. I do know that the Model 2 works fine, no problems at all. But the Model 1, I know it powers up, but I don't know if it'll, reach games or not. But $5 for an AV cable. I'm gonna pick one up soon just to check. And I picked up this whole lot with all the cables, 3 games, and a controller. I think it was $50. Again, another local ad from Craigslist, so not too bad of a deal.
Alright, well, I dug the Wii out. Here it is. I mean, pretty much brand spanking new. Thing shines like a freaking diamond. They said they played it maybe, I don't know, 3 times. I mean, cord still has ties on them, still has the manuals. And I also got with it, I got Wii Sports Resort, of course. I've got the Wii just Sports. And then they also gave me Super Mario Galaxy with it. I was super psyched about that. I mean, because of course, everybody, Nintendo, love Super Mario, and I just hadn't played this one yet. It's pretty new too, actually. So I was pretty psyched about that. I mean, comes with stand. It had stand. It had the wires. It has 2 covers for the controller. It had controller and nunchuck. So, I mean, and I picked it up. Local Facebook ad. Girl was in the next town over. Said she wanted $60, and I was like, hey, $60 for a brand new Wii? I'll take it. I'll buy it. So I picked it up. I mean, it's pretty, like I said, it is very clean. I mean, the most on it is maybe like just fingerprints from setting it up in a room or something. But other than that, there's no wear and tear on nothing. I mean, the games are spotless, no scratches at all. So I mean, I can't complain for $60. I mean, I really can't. But like I said, we're gonna post the pictures of the consoles I got, because I got a lot of new consoles. I picked up the PlayStation 1 from.
We showed the PlayStation 1 in our previous video when we tore into the Nintendos, which we're still working on, by the way.
But like I said, I got the PlayStation 1. Y'all saw the PlayStation 2 I found. I've got the PlayStation 3. Y'all saw the Xbox 360. I've got the Sega Dreamcast I mentioned earlier in the video. I've got the Super Nintendo I mentioned earlier, and y'all already know I got the Genesis.
The Nintoaster.
And then I got the Nintendo 64 like I mentioned. That one is my pride and joy right there. That system is my pride and joy. Y'all won't believe it, but I mean, these things, like y'all know, these things go $100, $150 on eBay all day with scratches and stuff on them. And I've got this one, no scratches, looks perfectly brand new, $55 with all the stuff it came with. I mean, couldn't be prouder of what I got for that than any of my systems. That is my pride and joy right there. And I always loved the Nintendo 64. I don't know about you, but I always...
The only thing I hated about the Nintendo 64 was that goofy 3-pronged sex toy looking thing of a controller. That was annoying. I got fat hands. I can't get my hand in there to get to the joystick or the freaking Z button. I hated the controllers. Now, I don't know who made it, but there's an aftermarket controller that's laid out like a normal friggin' controller. I'll play 64 all day long on one of those things. That thing rocks. But the only thing I hate about the 64 is that controller. It's the worst controller ever. And the joysticks all break all the time. They're just, those controllers suck.
I mean, and the controllers that came with it are perfect. Couldn't ask for better.
Well, one of them, the joystick's a little wobbly on it.
Yeah, it's a little
loose.
wobbly. I mean, but
at least these days you can go and buy a replacement joystick and not have to replace the whole controller.
But like I said, I mean, I'm gonna take good care of it, so it won't go out soon like other people would have taken care of it. But I mean, it's my pride and joy. That's my system right there. I've got currently all in my room of my house. I have, including the Wii now, 10 systems that are hooked up in my room. I got my Nintendo hooked up to an older model TV so I can play like Hogan's Alley and stuff. Of course, gotta play them if you got a Nintendo. But I've got all my other systems, and I'll have this Wii hooked up to my 32-inch flat screen. I mean, so I'm doing pretty good. I ran across some money when I was collecting this time. So, I mean, of course I had to pick up everything I saw. But
you need to get you some component cables for your Wii like I did with mine. It looks so much better with them.
But like I said, I run across some money, so I got a bunch of stuff. He currently had to buy the camera.
I had to slim up a lot, you know, from buying my, my surveillance cameras, the HD camera we're recording on, and just, bills. I mean, he still lives home with mommy and daddy. bills. So, yeah, of course he's gonna be picking up a lot. Not so much, but I occupy my time with arts and crafts basically. I got 2 things hanging on the wall there, little. You've seen them everywhere. The perler beads, melty beads, whatever you want to call them. Pixel art. That's how I've been occupying my time lately. Keeping my mind off of collecting because I want to be out collecting so bad, but my wallet is crying.
But I mean, he does also find the better deals. Now, it's weird how it sums up because it's a coincidence really. I come across the most amazing deals on these systems, and yet he comes across the most amazing deals on the games for the systems. So it's kind of like opposite right now. But I mean, he'll get back into it once he, get the camera done up and we get the rest of the
once
stuff
I get
we
this
really
credit
need.
card bill paid off, I'm going full force.
He'll be back up there with me in no time on systems and such. But he ain't very far off. I mean, he does have his Retron, which plays 3 of his
I've got
things.
Retron 3, I've got my Sega Genesis, I've got my NES in the house, I got my Wii, Dreamcast, PlayStation 3, Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance SP. Let's see. I got my Game Gear, and this one he wants so bad, but I'm not giving it to him.
I really
My
want that.
Sega Nomad.
It's a Nomad.
He wants it so bad he can taste it.
I love the Nomad. The Nomad is just an awesome handheld system. But he
And
has,
not only do I have the Nomad, I also have this $40 hunk of plastic called the battery pack that goes on the back of it. So, knock it off, mutts.
but he has a really big jump on like these, such as handheld systems. I've not really got
Hold?
handhold, whatever.
Handheld, you moron.
Handheld, whatever you want to call them. But he has the jump on that. I have Game Boy Advance and PSP. I mean, that's about it. But
We need to start wrapping this up. I was only able to afford a 4 GB card and I have 4 minutes left. So, I guess we'll leave off saying we're the Retro Addicts. I'm Chris.
I'm Noah.
Peace.